What we saying, guys? It's me, and I'm back with another video. It's time. It's time. You've asked, so you shall receive it. I'm gonna do a much asked for. I say much asked for. Literally, I've been asked about maybe 4 times, so that's much asked for me. Tattoo tour. I have quite a lot, so I'm probably not going to go into depth about everything, but I'll try and show you as much as possible what the meanings are, if there are meanings behind them, and yeah, just a little bit about the period in my life of when I got them done. So I'm going to start with the first ever tattoo I got. Yes, I can excuse my creased t-shirt, but actually don't excuse my creased t-shirt because I hate ironing and I'm not sorry for that. So yeah, expect to see creased t-shirts from me. One of the first ones I got was this Roman numerals tattoo here, which is my mum's date of birth in Roman numerals, and I got 2 tattoos done on the first day I ever got tattoos, and they were both things that had like sentimental value. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Hope so. I'm just going to hope you can see that little writing here. To be fair, I can't even remember if it's Chinese or Japanese, but I hope that it says son of the waves, which is the meaning of my brother's name. Probably doesn't even say that, to be fair. I've heard countless stories about people think they're getting something in another language and then it's not what they think it is and it means something totally different. Haven't any of you guys ever thought, like, the fact that if we're English speaking and you get something done in another language, it's written on you like a random word, even though son of the waves isn't a random word, but you know how some people get like love or courage or things like that. Imagine if someone just got that written in English, like if English wasn't their first speaking language, just because they liked how the English language looked as a design. I think that would be kind of funny. Yeah, I got it when I was 18. I probably won't cover it just because it's so small and it's a part of my history regardless. But the only time in which it will get covered is if I decide to get a back piece, which I have very much been considering, in which case there's a few that are on my back that may end up getting covered because I would want it to be like a cohesive kind of piece. They were my first ones. Third tattoo I got was this like print that actually goes up the side of my neck as well. There was a meaning behind this one, and it was I'm very drawn to cats and felines in general. You'll see I have many tattoos of like different cats and stuff, and a leopard is one of my favorite wild cats. I think they're beautiful, like majestic looking creatures, and the thing about cats, any type of cats, nature, that I'm drawn to, and I wanted to sort of embody, especially it being like on my shoulder and in like quite a prominent part of my body, is that I feel like they're very powerful, independent animals. They're fierce, they're strong, they're curious. I just like the fearlessness that cats represent, and I wanted that on my skin. And I got it after a time of I think I got this after like a relationship I was in, and I wanted to feel strong, you know. I knew I had an inner strength, and I wanted to feel strong and independent and powerful, and I feel like that was like representative of that. Not gonna do the rest of them in order just because I can't remember the order. This is a peacock feather. Just wanted it. Just thought it would look cool there, wrapped around my arm. Again, I think the thing with birds is that they're quite show-offs, aren't they? They're like very proud, and they have this sort of a boss energy to them, you know. I like that. I kind of like that. I just wanted that, and also I just think the feathers are really dainty and delicate. I just liked it, to be fair. I ain't gonna force meaning behind it. I just thought it would look cool there, and it does. This one is a cross between a Buddha and a cat. It's like a fat cat Buddha. So difficult to show. I went through a period of my life of where I was really into like spirituality and like Buddhism, and I just resonated with a lot of the things that I read about it, and I just wanted a Buddha cat. I thought that would be cool because I was getting, you know, lots of cats. Hopefully this isn't offensive, but I mean, like, I don't think it is, to be fair. I just wanted a fat cat, you know, and he's got his little bag of like health stuff. I just thought it would be cool. It was just an idea I had. So yeah, I got that. A lot of my tattoos, especially once I started getting the bigger ones, don't have meaning. I just saw my body as a canvas, and if I had an idea or was drawn to something, or just intuitively was excited by an idea, I'd go for it. And then they ended up having meaning because the time period in which I got them was significant in my life. So a lot of these tattoos, I remember the time or what I was going through when I got them and stuff like that. This one I got here is like a reversible, weird looking fish. Oh, these tattoos I've all showed you so far. This one, the first ones I got, and this were all done by the same guy. He'd done quite a few of my tattoos, but then I stopped going to him because yeah, I stopped going to him. The shop environment was a little bit weird. You're watching this, no hard feelings, but yeah, I like to just go get a tattoo and be cool, and it be a chilled, relaxing environment, and it just got a bit much, so I stopped going there. But when I was going there, it was a decent enough experience. Yeah, this one was done by a guy called Mr. Hyde, whose art is really cool. He's also did this and this and this, which I'll get to in a minute. But I wanted something to fill, I had a little gap here, and I wanted a fish. I wanted something that would flow, and I told him, yeah, I wanted a fish. I kind of drew some little idea here, and then he put it there. Don't ask why a fish, I don't know. I love the water and the ocean, and anything that flows in it. That's another sort of thing I'm just drawn to. So I got this, and I thought it would look cool, and I kind of like how it overlaps the other one, because I quite enjoy overlapping tattoos. I don't know, am I weird for that? This, a rose, no meaning, just wanted it. Same with these ones on my hands, the little Pac-Man symbols. It's not really gonna, it's focusing, yeah. The little Pac-Man symbols. I love games, and the arcade, stuff like that. I just thought it'd be cool. This, across the bottom of my finger, says lovesick. This was the tattoo I got for my best friend, Cairo. He used to be in a band, and one of their first ever singles was called Lovesick. And yeah, it was a sort of a pinnacle point in his career, and I just wanted something to, I don't know, show how proud I was of him. So that's for him. Also, I'm like a hopeless romantic at heart, so that's it, kind of makes sense. These little dots on my fingers, I just wanted them. Nothing big, nothing fancy. Got a little key here that has 13 written on it. Got that Friday the 13th. Can't remember what year. Maybe 2014. This is, oh God. A little symbol. I'm pretty sure it's a symbol for a female or a woman. Apologies, it's completely gone from my mind, but those who know this symbol will know what it is. I can't remember it. Where the hell is it gone? Tight? Is it tight? I can't remember. This one is some cool lady, guy type of vibe. I don't really know if it has a gender. Kind of reminds me of, you know, him from Powerpuff Girls, even though it isn't him, so I do want to get a him tattoo. And same guy who did this and the one on my neck, he does really weird and wacky kind of tattoos of like random weird looking people, and I just fucked with it, and I was like, I want that on my hand. It's one of my favorite tattoos. I think it's fire. I love it. So yeah, that's that. This is another one I got on Friday the 13th. Like a flash tattoo. Oh, is it gonna show? It's a diamond with a 13 on top. Doesn't mean anything other than it being a flash tattoo on Friday the 13th. This is a sugar skull, but a cat. No meaning, just liked it. With roses. Sorry guys, I feel like you may have been expecting me to have like loads of meaning behind these, and most of them are just decorative. Because I like art, and I sort of see it as the same way. I've got art all around me in my room. It's just that I like to be surrounded by art. I feel like it's my personality. I'm like a notepad with like loads of drawings on. That's just how I see it. It's a form of expression and mood and like memories outside of, yeah, within, you know. For somebody who didn't really express myself fully via like talking to people, I'm very expressive in like how I present myself and through my art. So I literally just see my body as a canvas. It's another extension of like what's inside. So yeah, this was also done by the guy who done these ones. Oh, this is harder than I thought, guys. Right, where was I? This one means nothing. I just thought it would look cool on my elbow. I kind of think I might get some on my knees. I think that would look fire. And I'm thinking I might get something but like a black version, like a black and grey, because this side's mainly black and grey apart from this little part of colour. So I don't know, maybe. Finn and Jake, these are two of my favourite tattoos. I love these. Done by the same guy who done this. His name's Will. He's fire. Defo want to get some more stuff done by him. I love Adventure Time, so it was only right I got that. Kind of think there's definitely more cartoons I want to get. Like I want to get BMO of Adventure Time, and then I want to get Midnight Gospel, something from Rugrats, Amazing World of Gumball, Chowder. I want to get those. So yeah, this was done, yep, again by this guy. Just some cubism type shit of some lady with her boobies out. I don't know, I like her. I think she fits in nicely on this arm. This arm's like, the overall theme is, I guess, like floral and other stuff. Hence why I've even put him just laying down like in the flowers. Yeah, I don't know, I just like it. I like it. This, done by my homie Jess. She also did this floral piece, which I love as well. I love how it goes into the shape of like the shoulder and the muscle. This bloody killed. And I think it's because there's no like harsh line work. It's all shadow. And it took a long time, so it was really sore. And she done these kind of flowers that go up my neck. These were like a nightmare to heal. I guess maybe because I moved my neck a lot and I don't think I was doing the correct aftercare. I don't know why, I just wanted it to heal super quick. This was a bitch to heal. These all mean nothing. I just like flowers. That's kind of it. I'm not really the kind of person that feels like tattoos need to have some in-depth backstory. That's just not what I feel. It's cool if they do. They can be very symbolic of something, but I don't feel like it's necessary. For me, I just more so think that they should be done by a good artist, like someone who's professional, when you're the correct age to get it done, because I would question whoever's doing it to somebody like illegally, and technically good, so they're not like a shit artist. Like, and I don't mean, that's nothing to do with subjective either. I mean, like, you know, are you good at what you do? But yeah, other than that, you ain't got to have a meaning behind it, really. I think for me, certain things that had no meaning, I was just drawn to it. I like to be led intuitively by a lot of things. Meaning ends up happening after, because I'll remember the period of my life in which I got them done. This is done by God, what's his name? Mr. Hyde. Two weird people in a field with clouds and this. Now, I knew I wanted to get a neck tattoo, and I was toying with different ideas for ages, and then one day this design just came to me. A lot of the designs I've either drawn and then given to them to draw up properly, or they've just, all ideas I've come up with, it's not really like pick out of a book type vibe. I kind of have a clear idea of what I want and then go in and explain it to them, or draw up a sketch first and give it to them. With this, I knew I wanted 2 weird looking people just in a field holding flowers. Don't know why, I just felt like I wanted it. I wanted a little like, it to be like, I don't know, just doodles on my neck. When I got these done, I was really excited about it, but in the build up to getting it, I was faced with a lot of people sharing their negative opinion prior to me getting it. People trying to put me off, people projecting what they think about women having tattoos, telling me I'm gonna regret it because it's on my neck, and what if I, you know, this and that. And I did it anyway, and I felt like I wanted to do it anyway to prove to myself that I just don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't want to care about what people thought, and I didn't want to be led by that, you know, people telling me how people are going to think this, people are going to think that, because ultimately it was something I wanted to do, and it's my skin. I should be able to do whatever I want with it. But it's, I don't know if any people who have tattoos have faced this. People feel so free to just give their opinion on tattoos more so than anything. It's like a fact that I would choose to do something that has nothing to do with them. People feel so, you know, feel like it's their right to just give their opinion unasked for. Especially as a woman, I feel like people just, you know, I had guy friends who would be covered in tattoos and no one would say anything to them. They could be standing right next to me, but they'd look at me and be like, oh, you've ruined your skin, oh, why'd you, oh, you were so beautiful. And I just thought, I didn't give a shit. This is what I want to do. So because I went through so much with this, and I had arguments with family about it, like it was a lot. This will always be a reminder to not care what people think. It's something I always wanted to remember, to not care, and that your skin is always gonna change. Like, I could, God forbid, something happened to me and how I look dramatically change. I don't want my appearance, I don't want to value my appearance over what's inside. All of this stuff means nothing. Like, doesn't mean anything. Literally who I am that matters. This is a shell, and it's my shell, you know. So I'll always, this is a reminder of that, to not do like a big fuck you to people and their opinions. I've got these, I don't know if you can see, the focus is trash on these. 3 little hearts here, and a question mark here. 3 little hearts mean nothing, I just wanted them. The question mark was to represent how curious I am. I'm a very curious person and I ask a lot of questions. It's how I learn. And yeah, it's symbolic of my eagerness to learn new things, because that's a very prominent and dominant part of my personality. So I wanted something like that to represent that. Poppet is what it says across here. Poppet is a nickname given to me by my grandma. She calls me Poppet still to this day. I love it. It's really sweet. I am close to my grandma. She's also very artistic like me. She's the one who taught me how to paint. So this was for her. Yeah, I don't know, just right across my chest. It's like, yeah, I don't know, I just like it. So back up. Sorry, I hope this is trash. I might have to take my t-shirt off. I just don't know if I want to get naked. I might get naked. These sweets across the love hearts, it says, "We are all mad here." I'm hoping you know where that quote is from, but if you don't, I'll let you know. It's one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite films, which is Alice in Wonderland. We are all mad here. Again, another sort of tie-in to just embracing your weird and your uniqueness, because everybody is their own person. Everybody's some type of weird, like, and that's okay, that's cool. And that's something I really wanted to embrace and embody, and like, yeah, I wanted to be led by just truly being myself before I even really knew how to. I mean, I've still got a long way to go, but that was for that. We are all mad here. This cupcake with a strawberry on top. Again, I like sweet stuff. I've got a sweet tooth. So I got let's see, hold on a minute. This is a quote. It says, "Oh, please don't go, we'll eat you up, we love you so." That's a quote from Where the Wild Things Are, which was one of my favorite books as a child, and one of my favorite films when the film came out. I love that. I feel like that's very much how I love. It's intense. It's like, imagine like you love someone so much you don't want them to ever leave. Like you love them, you'll consume them. I mean, it sounds a bit intense, but that is, yeah, when I really love something, I do it intensely. So Where the Wild Things Are is a dope film. He goes off and finds his monster friends who are all just, yeah, monsters and weird. I can't really show you because I don't want to get my tits out, but I don't really know what that is. Like a chandelier type thing. Is that? I don't know what it is, but it's another Alice in Wonderland tattoo. It's Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat, let's be serious. He's one of my favourite characters from one of my favourite films. I love cats. I got that at a point where I was convinced I was going to get loads of different tattoos of all different types of cats, which I'm probably still going to do. But I just love Cheshire. He lurks, he's invisible, he just comes out, he's smiley. I just fuck with him as a character, and I wanted him there. What else do I have? I've got a solar system down my back, but that's too long to get out, and I think that's it. I only have tattoos on the top half of my body so far, but I do want to get more on my legs. I think I'm gonna do like different cartoons and stuff. That's that. I mean, really not that interesting really, but there you go. You wanted it, so you got it. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, pretend you like it and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video.